Hello. I'm back this week with a review. Last week, this was my review. Last week, just that I didn't share this video. Yeah, so let's see what this week has for us. This was last week. Now the reason why we got this sell, price was dropping into this daily fair value gap, and it did. That was my point of interest. So let's see what this week has for us. Okay, let me clear the charts. Let me have a clean chart. Boom, my internet's kind of slow. Yeah, I'm recording. Oh yeah, so we have a clean chart right here. So the best thing to do is start from weekly. So let's go to weekly and see what do we have. So some people would start from monthly to see what's there, but me, I prefer weekly to see what we have on weekly. So when you look at your weekly chart, price reacted off this weekly fair value gap. So this is a price reacted off this fair value gap, and there's a change in state of delivery here. I would prefer this as change in state of delivery. Let me mark it as change in state of delivery. That's weekly. Yeah, so when price closed above this change of state of delivery, that confirmed our buy. So it's buying, but where is it going to an old high? This is our old high. So remember, this is our all-time high. But from reaction of price, we're still buying. So when it dropped down to a daily, to see what do we have on a daily. So I think daily is more clearer than weekly. Yeah, so when you see on a daily, we have price bounced off this fair value gap. This is a series of down close candles. Here we mark our change in state of delivery to confirm we're pushing up. This is the daily change in state of delivery. I'll mark it black. So change in state of delivery. Because if you see, price dropped down, took this liquidity, filled this fair value gap, then displaced up. So up here, this is the market structure shift to the upside. I'll mark it orange. So this is the market structure shift, push price up, and price left a fair value gap right here. That's another fair value gap on a daily chart. So I'll delete this to make my chart clean, but of course you know this is the market structure shift. I'll delete that to make the chart more clean. So we here, right here, this is where we are. So let's see what's happening around here. Let me delete all this, but I'll make it light, because we know what has been happening, how price has been reacting off these levels. So our focus is now here. Let's see what's here. I'll make this okay. So there's a daily fair value gap here that we traded into. We traded to from last week. So when you look at this fair value gap, it's a daily fair value gap. Actually I will name it here. It's a daily CB, it's daily BC, daily fair value gap. Daily fair value gap. So this is the daily fair value gap. So if you notice, price didn't close below the fair value gap, but instead it closed inside the fair value gap. It's only the week. With only the wick, so the body stayed inside the candle. That means we're pushing up. It's a good reaction on a daily chart. So let me delete all this to make it clean here. And remember, we are above this weekly change in state of delivery. You get, so I'll delete this to make my chart more clean. So this is where we are and where are we heading. So if you notice, I would mark this is our weekly high, last week's high, DRT. It's called a dealing range high. This is a dealing range low for some of you that use dealing range, if you know about it. So I'll take some time and teach about it as well. So to do a dealing range check, actually I will name this dealing range high, left, make it bigger, and this is DR low. Put it on the right, bottom left. This was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is Monday. Hi, Monday. This is a weekly dealing range. So this is all clear. I think I have to drop down to 4 hours. So we see what's there. What do we have? 4 hours. So in 4 hours, I will delete this. This is our clean chart. So in 4 hours, let's see what's happening here. Price swap this liquidity and displaced up. So it closed above. This is our change in state of delivery. I will zoom in. This is a 4 hour. 4-hour changing state of delivery. Right, top, swing size. Yeah, I'll mark this black. So this is our liquidity. X. Middle, bottom, and center. So this is a series of down close candles right here. Let me just get something to mark it for you. You see it properly. Can I use a brush? This is a series of down close candles. So if price closes above this level here, that's a change in state of delivery. That means the algorithm has changed direction. You get from a sell to a buy. So when you see clearly here, this candle here closed above a series of down close candles that confirms a buy, but it left a fair value gap right here, a 4-hour fair value gap. I'm gonna delete this. Let me just delete this. So there's a fair value gap right here. So make this lighter. Then this is the fair value gap that we're looking at. It's a 4-hour fair value gap. 4-hour BC. So this is our dealing range that we're trading this week. So I'll draw my fib from up here, from the high of the dealing range to the low of the dealing range. And remember, our dealing range, the trades that we'll get, will only trade above 0.25 you get. So I would want to see price drop down into this fair value gap and push up, and then come back to any fair value gap that will be left around here, fill the fair value gap. That's where I'll take my entry. Then we push up to dealing range high. So this is setup for the week. So Monday, we're looking at price opening down. Sweep this liquidity here. Fill this 4-hour fair value gap. Close above this down close candle to give me a change in state of delivery. So any fair value gap that will be left there during, like, between this range, that will be my entry for a buy. But remember, you have to make sure your entry is during the kill zone, London kill zone, or only your kill zone. So trade carefully. Let's see what the week has for us. Have a good weekend, good week. Take care. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Invite your friends that would love to learn ICT. Those that tried learning ICT and it was very hard for them, they're welcome. And you could comment what you'd want me to teach, because I'm going to be teaching for free. So what would you want to learn? Thank you, and may God bless you.